The father of the light bulb, phonograph, and motion picture, Edison was granted an astounding 400 patents in a prolific 8-year period, from 1879 to 1886. But after the age of 40, things began to go sour for the Wizard of Menlo Park.
Thomas Edison comes to Menlo Park in 1876 at the age of about 29. At this point, he is really soaring as an inventor, creative, innovative. Everything he touches is incredible. You might say from about the age of 25 to about 40, he has this, what you might call Midas touch. And it's not gold, it's platinum. And yet, there's a demarcation line. Right after that, all of a sudden, things that he touches aren't quite as successful, and it seems to get worse as time gets on. Kind of turns toward plate aluminum, you might say, in the later years.
One of Edison's more bizarre failures involved manipulating electricity's powers to create a device for communicating with the dead. After the carnage of World War I, Edison felt families might be interested in contacting lost loved ones. Among his theories was the belief in an invisible source of electrical energy that could actually link survivors with people who had died. To date, no one has answered any of Edison's calls. Another Edison invention that failed was the talking doll, an idea that turned out to be way ahead of the day's technology.
Edison invented the phonograph in 1877. In 1889, he decided to make a talking doll. He imported the heads from Germany because they had the best bisque heads. On the dolls, he had a little phonograph motor, which was hand-driven, and a little wax record that would be placed around. There was a total of about 7 or 8 different songs that you can buy. It would be placed inside the chest of this doll and be closed. And the children would crank the doll, but it was very difficult at the time to work this phonograph. First of all, you had to keep it at a constant speed, and you had to take the whole motor apart just to put a new record in.
But the doll had 2 fatal flaws. The phonograph was too delicate for child's play, and the wax recordings wore out after only a few plays, leaving the metal stylus to grate against the steel cylinder. The result gave the doll a horrible screech that sent its tiny owners running. Edison folded the company in 1891. Another Edison idea that never got off, or in this case on the ground, was his design for a mass-producible house made entirely of concrete. The idea was not unrelated to the fact that Edison owned the Portland Cement Company, a major American supplier of concrete.
Cement was very, very profitable to Thomas Edison. Yankee Stadium was made of Edison cement. The Panama Canal was made of Edison cement. So Edison was doing very well with cement, very profitable, a wonderful industry, and he started coming up with ideas what to do with cement.
Edison stood to make a fortune if he could get Americans to fall in love with the idea of a concrete home. And to that end, he commissioned expensive and heavy cast iron molds of every part of a 2-story, 1,500 square foot house. All that would be needed to finish was plumbing and wiring. Edison even created an ill-fated line of concrete furniture for his homes, including couches and chairs.
As soon as the press heard about it, they had cartoons with a 2-horse team connected to your couch every time you wanted the dust. And Edison actually liked the cartoon. He hung it up in his office.
In a day when the average house sold for a few $1,000s, the concrete house carried a heavy price tag of over $100,000. Mass production would be the only way to keep the homes affordable. Edison's cement works produced only 11 homes before going bankrupt.